Welcome, mates and G's who are really watching in Manchester United Matters channel. We are talking Marcus Rashford, we are talking Zakaria, we are talking Lingard, we are talking Aston Villa game in there for you, as the referee who is really going to be in charge of this game has been named in there for you. And that's just out like 30 minutes in their bag, that the referee who's really going to be in charge of the Manchester United game is going to be David Cote. In there, he has been appointed to be the referee in the game against Aston Villa on the 15th. That is on Saturday in there. So this is the Manchester United Matters channel. Lots of news coming in from Manchester United in there. Dennis Zakaria talks. It's the biggest story of the day, but we are first going to tackle some good stories in there. One, Marcus Rashford wanting to leave Manchester United. Two, there is Lingard rumored move to a team which goes by names of Tottenham Hotspur. Thank you guys for watching. Smash the like button, comment and share, and if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. I go by the names of Rokan David, aka Aradi. Now, today very many stories have been surrounding Manchester United in there for you, but the main stories that are really caught my eye are the following. One, it's Lingard. Lingard is rumored to be wanting away out of Manchester United. People are saying that Samuel Lucas came out and said that Spurs and Newcastle have put him on their ladder in there, and it's rumored that they want to buy him out. And Lingard has really come out and made it clear that he wants to stay at Manchester United and fight for his playing position. For him, he'll come out and say that I really want to stay at Manchester United and fight for my position in there. But guess what? His main aim is to run down his contract in there, because he knows when he runs down his contract, he'll go to a team that he wants. He will get like £20 million sign-on fee, you get, and earn a huge salary, close to £200,000 a week, you get, and that will enable him to make a right decision, because we know the World Cup is happening in November. You know that. So if the World Cup was happening in June or July as usual, he would have really marched out of Manchester United to get some playing time elsewhere, because when you don't get playing time right now, that means you're really going, that means you're not going to play the World Cup in there. But even if you don't play until May, just know the World Cup is happening in November. That means if at all you really get a new club and you play in August, September and October, 2.5 months in there, that means you'd have gotten yourself enough time to really show the England coach, who goes by names of Southgate, that I'm really a good coach, a good player in there, and I deserve to play in there. So I think that's the move of Lingard. If at all the World Cup was going to be played in June and July, it would have been very, very much impossible for him to start Manchester United. He would have called a move out in there. But right now, he feels like he can use the remaining 2.5 months to go in and play in August, September, and half of October. And then in November, when the World Cup kicks off on the 18th, he will be in Qatar with the England national team in there. So I really feel like Lingard is going nowhere unless otherwise United comes out and really makes up a decision. And I don't know why United doesn't want to lose or sell off Lingard, because during the summer, clubs came on and they wanted Lingard. Everton wanted Lingard and West Ham wanted Lingard, and they were putting £20 million on table, and United denied that money. And guess how much they wanted? They wanted £30 million on the table. And guess what? On a player, you're left with just 1 year on the contract, and he has refused really to go in and show you that he's picking interest to renew his contract at the club, and you fail to sell him. United don't learn from their mistakes. This same thing happened on Andy Herrera. Andy Herrera went on a free in there because he told United, I want £200,000 a week. And for Andy Herrera, it was not like he was really wanting playing time in there, because under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer he was playing, under Jose Mourinho he was playing, under Louis van Gaal he was playing. So he had the playing time. But when you look at the quality of players at Manchester United and how much they are being paid, especially the English contingent at Manchester United, it really shows you that there is something wrong at Manchester United, the way they respect English players. Because, look, an English player earning lots of money better than Andy Herrera, yet Andy Herrera puts much more than them onto the pitch. That's really shit. And I really seconded a player who goes by the name of Andy Herrera to call for £200,000 a week, because, trust me, it was worth him, because He was one of those players that used to run that midfield alongside Nemanja Matic in there. And he was a very good and quality player that we miss right about now. So to me, I will feel like United should change the way they do their things. When players like Lingard show you that they don't really want to be at Manchester United because they don't want to get playing time. Because if Atoro Khan David, who is seated in Kampala, Uganda, clearly sees it that Lingard wants out and he's planning to run his contract down and leave for free in the summer. How come Ed Woodward, Richard Arnold, Darren Fletcher, Matesaf, and the Glazers don't see it? Are you going to allow another player to go out on a free? You get? That's how Sergio Romero left on a free. Sergio Romero, Manchester United, was going to be paid, were they £4 million by Everton or Valencia in there. And United said they wanted £6 million. And they lost the player. And the player went for free this summer. Sergio Romero, he went for free last summer. That's what happened. We are losing very many players at Manchester United, and we are not really gaining out of them, because when you look at a player like Sergio Romero, we lost £6 million. And Herrera, if we are to sell him, he was worth £30 million in there because he was 28 years of age and he was really one of those workaholic and talented central midfielders in there, and we lost him on a free. And if at all things go the same way, Paul Pogba looks like he's taking the same way like Lingard is taking. Paul Pogba is really going to live on a free, and when you look at how he's really behaving, he's 100% sure, showing you that he is ready to run this contract down, because you see how Rangnick is coming out to tell you that Paul Pogba is going to be away for the next 5 weeks in there. A man that we expected to be back during the Christmas season in there, but he is expected to return in all after February in there. What does that indicate at Manchester United? There is something wrong, because players don't really see any future at Manchester United. Look at Anton Martial. He reached an extent where he doesn't even want to play for the club. That's why when Rangnick came in, he never wanted even to play. He never wanted even to play, because he said towards the game of Crystal Palace that we played at Old Trafford, that was the first game that Rangnick was in total control of Manchester United. In the last training, Anton Martial told him, I have a pain in the knee injury. What happens after Martial saying, I have a pain in the knee injury? His agent comes out and says, my player doesn't want to play for Manchester United anymore. You remember that? And guess what? Rangnick comes into the presser and he says, I've been told that, but all what I'm hearing is I don't reply to the words of agents. I want the player himself to come to me and talk to me. And he said, I'm really going to call upon Anton Martial to come to me and tell me or assure me that he really wants to leave the club. Guess what happens? The same thing happens. Martial tells him point blank that I don't want to play for Manchester United anymore. I've been here for 7 years. I think I should try my career elsewhere, because he feels like he is being not treated as a player. Because playing for a club where its OBs really come out and troll you, yet you are better than the Rashfords of this world, you are better than the Scott McTominay, the Harry Maguires. Whenever an English player plays bad, Roy Keane attacks everyone. Gary Neville, Paul Scholes, don't throw that to those English players. Do you know that? You get? How many times have English players costed United? They don't come out and really attack them. But wait, David De Gea makes a howler. Oh my God, it will be all over the news. They will be talking about him as he's not real. That's why you saw that they really had to make a very proper movement to see to it that Dean Henderson goes into that goal. Because the manager was incompetent and he was really so much interested into the English mentality being built at Manchester United. He threw away David De Gea when he went to see his wife giving birth. When David De Gea returned, he had dropped low and he was the goalkeeper in the Europa. And he never really featured into the Premier League game anymore. So it shows you the English power player at Manchester United. They have the power in there, but that needs to be casted out in there. So I really feel like Manchester United needs to sort out these things early enough. You get? these things, Antoine Martial, new manager coming in, you've not yet even played a single game for him. You say that I want to get out. It shows that something is not okay at Manchester United. So to me, I will feel like it's better United sold a player who goes by names of Jesse Lingard, because I will feel like even his body language, the 2 games that he came in and played under Ragnick, the game of young boys, he played close to 80 minutes. He wasn't in the game. His body language was like, don't want to play for Manchester United anymore. You get, even yesterday when they brought him on, you saw him. He was like, Manchester United is no longer my hood. I don't feel like this is the club I'm supposed to be. So that is a player who goes by the names of Jesse Lingard in there. So smash the like button, comment and share. And if you happen to be watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel. And how do you subscribe to our channel? Right lower bottom corner, and you click that red subscribe one, and then you will hit subscribe to our channel. Right? You okay? All right. So let's go eyes in there. That is Jesse Lingard in there for you. And if at all you feel like you have your opinion onto Jesse Lingard leaving Manchester United, rumor has it that Spurs are really wanting him. Antonio Conte wants him at the club immediately without further ado in there. That's what we are really getting from a side which goes by the names of Tottenham Hotspur in there. That is Samuel Lucas in there for you. And he has went ahead to publish a list of 5 of 8 players who really want to leave Manchester United, who want out of Manchester United, and most of them are well known in there. But we wait and see. I'm going to do that video tomorrow. That's what I really feel like, that video is supposed to be done tomorrow in there, because there is no way we can really run all this alone in here at the Manchester United Matters channel. So smash the like button, comment and share. Then we go eyes in there. Let's go Rashford Marcus in there. Rashford is 24 years old. He came into the Manchester United picture under the era of Louis van Gaal. Remember, all the forwards were injured. Antoine Martial was injured, Memphis Depay was injured, and some other players were injured, and we are playing a team which goes by names of Midlands in there, and Rashford came through as a lead striker in there. And I remember United hit Midlands by 4-1 in there. It was the UEFA Europa League, and Rashford scored his first goals for Manchester United. He even scored a brace, I remember. I think I remember well in there. Then, ever since then, the rest was history. I remember after that game, he was 16 years old, I remember, 16, 17. United was playing Arsenal at Old Trafford, and Rashford again was trusted by Louis van Gaal, and guess what? He came up and scored a brace up against a side which goes by names of Arsenal. After that, he went ahead to score that only goal that saw United win against a team which goes by names of Man City. So that's what Rashford is all about. If at all you never knew how he really came in at Manchester United, that's how he really came through and started to be that good player at Manchester United. Now, Rashford renewed his contract on the 1st of July 2019, and he extended his contract up to 2023. That means had signed more 4 years to stay at Manchester United in there. Now, it looks like Rashford's contract is going to expire, but all I know is that United always gives you a contract and they put an optional year in there. So as things look like, Rashford is left like with 2 years at Manchester United. You get? So 2021, 2022, 2024, 2023 in there. That means he is nearly running his contract down at Manchester United, and United are rumored to be trying to put a new contract in there at Manchester United. Now, I tell people that this is where United goes wrong. You get? You want to give Paul Pogba a contract of £400,000 to £500,000 a week. That's the contract you want to offer to Paul Ebere Pogba, right? As Manchester United, isn't it? That's what you really want to do. So, of the two, Paul Pogba and Rashford, who has been consistent at least in there? Because for the previous 2 seasons, Rashford has managed to net in how many goals? 20 goals a season. That is Rashford in there for you. And I think he was the first Manchester United player to do it ever since Wayne Rooney left. Am I lying? I think that's okay. Am I lying? So, he was the first Manchester United player to score 20 goals in 2 consecutive seasons after Wayne Rooney left. You get? What does that show you? It shows you that Rashford has been a more consistent and productive player at Manchester United, isn't it? Now, here is where the problem comes in from. This man, Rashford, is negotiating a new contract at Manchester United. Paul Pogba has already a contract at Manchester United that he has refused to sign, and Paul Pogba wants Manchester United is giving Paul Pogba close to £500,000 a week. Now, I'm asking you, if you've already offered Paul Pogba a contract of £500,000 a week, how much do you think Rashford is going to call for? Because he has been producing more on the pitch than Paul Pogba. Pogba does not play almost half of the season because he is almost an injury-prone player. You get? United are proposing a new contract of Marcus Rashford, and I won't be surprised saying that Rashford is going to be paid £500,000 a week. You are paying ridiculous salaries to these players, yet they are not worth it. Because what makes you worthwhile the salary you are earning is simple. Go onto that pitch and give us what we deserve with the fans. We want joy, you get? You saw Rashford yesterday on the pitch. He was all saddened. On the pitch, he was saddened. Even when he was taken off, he was saddened. I don't know what's running into his mind in here. And even the manager, who goes by names of Ralph Ragnick, came out and said, I know Rashford is really struggling to make it up there to where we expect him to be, but in training he's looking good, and we know that he's really going to transfer that form on training into the matches that United are playing in there. But you can't really see any improvement, you get? So how do you give Paul Pogba a contract of £500,000 a week? Let him go, because I was counting. You give Paul Pogba a contract of £500,000 a week. That means every month you are giving him £2 million. That means a year you are giving him close to £25 million. And I know United will give him a contract of 4 years. That is £100 million going to Paul Pogba. No way. No way. So I was still asking you guys, if at all Paul Pogba is going to be given £500,000 a week, then Rashford will ask for £600,000 a week because he offers more on the pitch than a player who goes by names of Paul Pogba. So United are really having scare, because reports came through saying that last summer PSG had really put up Marcus Rashford on their list. If at all a player who goes by names of Kylian Mbappe left for a team which goes by names of Real Madrid in there, and they say that when Kylian Mbappe came up straight and said that when Real Madrid put up the interest in Kylian Mbappe and and PSG said no, they are not selling Kylian Mbappe, however much they had really made a bid of £169 million in there, a request that was made by PSG in there. They said we are not selling, and Kylian Mbappe stayed at that club and they turned down his interest. But it looks like PSG have shown interest in Marcus Rashford, and he's on their ladder, and they feel like he is the lad who is supposed to come through and do the needful if at all Kylian Mbappe is leaving. Now, Kylian Mbappe's contract is expiring in the summer. That's well known in there, and he felt like he's not renewing his contract, and I think he's going to go for free to Real Madrid in there. That means you never know, anytime from now PSG might come in for Marcus Rashford in there as a player that they've been fancying for a very, very long time in their team. In that they want him to be a Paris player, and ever since he really scored those goals, remember in 2018 he scored that winner that was a penalty that saw United knock out PSG in there. And in the season of 2020 in the Champions League, because United were not into the Champions League of 2019, in the Champions League of 2020 in the group stages, the Open of Manchester United, guess what Rashford did? He scored the winner again after Anton Martial was forward into the area and Bruno Fernandes took a good penalty, and it was really counted, and United won that game by 2-1 in there, and that is Paris. So they really have good and worst moments about Rashford in there for you. And for me, I've always came out and told people that I really feel like Rashford can reach the level of Kylian Mbappe. He can reach it. He can. But there is one thing you have to keep in mind. There are things has to change. He should stop to be a selfish player. Rashford is too selfish. Rashford is too selfish. And Kylian Mbappe was like Rashford. He knew how to run, because there is nothing Mbappe does that Rashford doesn't do. But what Mbappe does better than Rashford is he sees out a pass earlier than Rashford. Mbappe is no longer selfish. You get, when he's in a position when he cannot really shoot that ball at the goal and really see that it's going to benefit the team, what does he? Passes it to the nearby player in there. You get. But Rashford really wants to sit down very many players, and by the time he really raises his foot to shoot, even the opponent will know that Rashford is going to do that, because Rashford is now a predictable player. You'll know what Rashford is going to do next. You get? That's Rashford in there for you, and I really call out Rashford really to improve onto that, and I think Rangnick is trying really to do the same thing to him, to see to it that him and Greenwood, however much they're wide forwards, they should be like Mo Salah and Sadio Mane in there, because these are wide forwards who really come through and create chances, and they also score goals in there. That is Rashford in there for you. News coming in that United are really tabling a new contract to him in there. I don't know a contract is going to be of how much, because if at all you want to keep Paul Ebede Pogba and you are giving him £500,000 a week, I don't know how much you're really going to come in and pay for a man who goes by names of Marcus Rashford in there, and don't forgetting that he's an English player, and you know what that means in there. So that's what we had about Rashford in there for you, and your reactions in there for you are really welcome to the comment section below, because a new contract is being tabled for him, but rumor has it that he's unhappy at Manchester United and he feels like he wants out of Manchester United. We go to the big story of the day, that is Dennis Zakaria. Dennis Zakaria is a Swiss player who plays for Switzerland in there, plays in that midfield with Grant Xhaka, who is the captain of the national team. But for him, he plays in Borussia Mönchengladbach in Germany in there, and recently, though he was not part of the team that really hit Bayern Munich by 2-1 in there, but his contract is running out this summer in there, and he has already made it clear that he's not renewing his contract. So what does that really indicate? It indicates that Dennis Zakaria, if at all any team really comes out and gives out £6 million, he's going to be sold by Borussia Mönchengladbach this January. Now, Fabrizio Romano first came out and told us today that United agents were really talking to the agent of Zakaria, Dennis, in December, and the talks looked like they had collapsed in there. And he came out and said that in all the CDMs that we really want to see at Manchester United, Kamara is not possible, because Kamara said he wants to run his contract down and he wants to get himself a big jump of money in the summer. That means he cannot make his move to the Premier League this January. Then the only possible player that United could bring in at a cheaper price is Dennis Zakaria, who said that I'm not really willing to renew my contract, and the only way Borussia Mönchengladbach can really get money out of him is selling him right now. But very many teams are really interested in him, but United are really into this. Now today, Sky Sports Germany, a more clear source than the other one we first got from Switzerland, has really come out and indicated that United are in talks with Zakaria and they want him at Manchester United in there, and it said that the manager of Manchester United is an admirer of a player who goes by names of Dennis Zakaria, and the manager, Ralf Rangnick, you know, he has lots of links in Germany. He's a German international, he's a German citizen. He has done almost all of his work in Germany, and he has lots of scouts in there. And as he himself, he's coaching Manchester United, he knows the problem of Manchester United is the central defensive midfielder, and he looks forward to getting in a CDM before this January transfer window ends. And remember, United, we are really eyeing for a CDM before the signing of Ronaldo came in through, because United were not going to sign Ronaldo. They're not going to sign Ronaldo because Ronaldo was not in the plans of Manchester United. He was not at all in their plans, and they're really looking for Ruben Neves and maybe another CDM to come in and do that role for Manchester United in there. Now, Ronaldo comes in through and United says, no, we aren't really bringing in a CDM because we've spent part of the money in there. Something that I thought was very bad and selfish in there, because to me, I really thought that it was far much better to bring in a player who goes by the names of a CDM other than bringing in a center forward in there, because we are suffering because we don't have a CDM. Even if Ronaldo never came at Manchester United and brought in a CDM, United were scoring goals, but United looked porous. From the central defensive midfield and to the central defense, United looked porous. If at all you brought in Sancho, Varane and a CDM, United would have been competing for the title in there. But the title race, we are out of it because we're lacking what we call a CDM in there, someone that we really badly need at Manchester United, and no one can do that job in there. Scott McTominay can't do it, but going forward, he can do it very well, playing his box-to-box role. And I really believe that if at all Dennis Zakaria is running that midfield with Scott McTominay, we'll see the best of Scott McTominay, because Zakaria will be patrolling that entire area, and United will be getting goals from Scott McTominay, because in the last 3 games, Scott McTominay has scored. You get? He has scored in the game of Aston Villa, scored in the game of Burnley. I remember, because in Burnley, Scott McTominay scored, Ronaldo scored, and who else scored? I remember Scott McTominay scoring, Ronaldo scoring, and Sancho in there, though the goal was given to me in there. So I really feel like it's time for United to get in Zakaria, but Sky Sports Germany have really come out and confirmed this, that Manchester United is talking to Zakaria in there. And they went ahead to say, no, there is another reporter, Roman Murphy, social producer and football journalist for Goal Bundesliga in there. I really feel great when I see reports from people in Germany. He has come out and said a move to the Premier League is now on the cards for Dennis Zakaria. Borussia Mönchengladbach are willing to let him go for 6 million euros this month. Oh my God, it's not even million pounds. It's euros. Euros. This is like 3. Let me check in here. Euro to pounds. Let me check. Let me check in here. So they are saying 6 million euros. 6 million euros, that is close to 5 million pounds in there. 5 million pounds only, United can get themselves one of the best midfielders in the Bundesliga in there. Oh my God, what a deal. This is a deal that we must take. And if at all United don't sign him, we'll know that this club is not focused. Because if you want to play Champions League football, if you want really to be competitive in the Champions League, because the missing piece in our jigsaw is a CDM. And if you get Dennis Zakaria, bring him into that CDM role, that means I'll be 100% sure that we can face any team in the Premier League and really put up a very good run in there. In the Champions League, there is no way we lose to a team which goes by names of Atletico Madrid when you're having a player who goes by names of Dennis Zakaria, because we will be 100% sure that the rest of the department's okay. We are having one of the best goalkeepers in the world. We are having one of the best left backs in the world. We are having the right back not led to that level in there, but defensively it's okay. Diego Delo good going forward. We are having one of the best centre backs in the world who has a very big reputation, that is Rafael Varane. If at all you pair him with Lindelof or Eric Bay, it really gives us the best in there. And even if it's some Harry Maguire, if we have a CDM, Harry Maguire can give us a very good display in there. Now when you put in Zakaria to play that midfield with Scott McTominay or Danny Van Beek, then Bruno Fernandes, then Sancho, then Ronaldo, then Edson Cavani. Tell me how we can't really win a Champions League this season. People are talking about an FA Cup, but no sooner I see Dennis Zakaria, then I'll go in celebration to know that we are really going to be one of the Champions League contenders this season, because I know he's going to come in and hit the ground run, because that role does not really differ from what he's doing in Germany. It's all about getting that ball and passing it forward through the midfield, and then you do the needful of blocking and tackling in there. That's it. He is 6'6". Dennis Zakaria is 6 foot in there. He's like Yaya Toure, very tall and very energetic. He's good in the air, and I think that's the reason as to why Nemanja Matic and Scott McTominay are being played by Manchester United in there. So bringing a player like Dennis Zakaria at Manchester United will give us a chance of really seeing Mark Fred not playing game in, game out. You get? One of those has to be benched, because a person who is a senior, proven into that job, of doing the roles of a CDM would have arrived at Manchester United, and guess what? It would be something else and good news for Manchester United. So guys, I don't know what you guys think about Dennis Zakaria talks, confirmed by Sky Sports in Germany in there that United are in talks with Dennis Zakaria. And when you see such talks coming through, just know there is something that is really going, or there is something boiling, because the first reporter that we reported this story was amateurish and was coming in from Switzerland, where Dennis Zakaria comes from. And I really told people that don't come out and pour water onto this sauce, because it's coming in from Switzerland, and Switzerland, that's where Zakaria hails from. And now we are having another source coming in from Germany where Zakaria plays, saying that United are in talks with a team which goes by the names of Borussia Gladbach to sign a player who goes by the names of Dennis Zakaria. And we also have another report on Zakaria. Constant Ekuka, he's a host and writer at commentator BBC in there, has come out and said talks are ongoing between Manchester United and Zakaria's camp over a January move. Borussia Mönchengladbach haven't received any offer yet. You get? Now, this is how the transfer happens. People might be saying, now, why is that saying that Borussia and Manchester United, Borussia has not yet received any offer yet? It's like this. What first happens the transfer? Manchester United agents talk to the agents of the player that they want. Then they agree on their terms, such that when they really make their offer to the club, player terms and Manchester United are already done and agreed on. So United is trying to agree on how much Zakaria will be earning, and the agent fees in there, you get, and the number of years they want to give to him. I know they are going to give him like 5 years in there. So that's what United is holding right about now. And then after, if United finishes agreeing with Zakaria, they'll get that offer and take it to Borussia Mönchengladbach. And that's when the deal will be over, that United have made an official bid for Zakaria. And then we'll see what is really going to happen. But if at all you see United bidding, just know all is going to be all, because £6 million or £5 million cannot stop us from getting in Zakaria, because that's one of the positions that United are really lacking in depth in there for you, because we want like two in there, because Paul Pogba, 100% Paul Pogba will leave, and a player who goes by the names of Danny Van Beek might leave also Manchester United. So that's what I had for you here for today. Our transfer news coming through, and this is the Manchester United Matters channel. Dennis Zakaria to Manchester United talks resume. Rashford and Lingard rumored to be leaving Manchester United. That's what we had, and your reactions are welcome in the comment section below. We've been broadcasting live from the African Cover Studios, and this is Rock and David. May the Almighty God bless you and bless me for you. See you later, and that is going to be